Welcome to Acting Up with Skylar Caleb and Steve Moulton on AM 1680 and AdrenalineRadio.com. Get on the air with us live at 1-800-405-6425.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to On the Air here on Adrenaline Radio, AM 1680, or of course, streaming live at AdrenalineRadio.com or ActingUpShow.com. I'm Steve Moulton. With me, as always, is Skylar Caleb.
Hey, what's up, man? I was just on the floor trying to find a tack, but I'm here now. How's it going?
I'm doing quite well. In the house with us tonight, we've got the guys from Reptile Zoo. We've got Jay Vella, Jason Kakebeen, and of course Rick is running some camera over there for them, and we're going to be on Reptile Zoo in a little while, and right now Reptile Zoo is in the house with us.
Yeah, we got some freaky reptiles in here. Going to talk with them in a minute. Also, we got a LA Stories segment coming up, just kind of some fun stuff we're going to do with random stories that happen to people in LA. We got a friend of ours calling in, and yeah. All right, you want to get started, Steve?
I do want to get us started. First and foremost, well, maybe not foremost, but we made a bit of an error last week. We kind of forgot. We had a guest in the house, our buddy Nate Hartley, and we didn't exactly give him a chance to plug his stuff. So, Nate, if you're listening, go ahead and give us a call, and we're going to let you plug some of those shows as soon as you get on the air. You know, we're not the newspaper. We don't print our retractions 4 weeks later.
Right, but he had a bunch of stuff like written on his hand. It was smearing and things, and
yeah,
he went to the trouble of writing with a pen on his hand.
He forgot to tell us about it.
Yes. I guess I should also talk about the auditions I had today.
Hey, I was about to ask you about the auditions you had today, all right? Gee willikers.
Well, yeah, we'll get into the interview in a sec, but this show is going to be sort of about Steve's and my journey through Hollywood, too.
Yes.
One thing I actually was, I thought it went well at first when I did the first round of auditions on Monday, but just one thing that I was going to mention, it's really easy to make a lot of mistakes when you're auditioning, and there's just so many things to remember. Right. And one mistake that I made was when I got a redirect, I thought about it and I didn't quite process it right, but it's so easy to jump right in and be like, because you want to be the smart guy that gets it, you know?
Right.
And you don't want to sometimes ask for that clarification, but it's so important.
Right.
And I just kind of went for it again, and I ended up with a read that was fairly similar to my first read, which apparently was okay because they liked it, but it's just it's a good thing to remember. Like, don't be afraid when you are given a redirect to just, if you don't get it and you're about to start the scene, just stop and say, so you wanted it, a little less anger, just to clarify.
Right.
Anyway.
No, that's awesome. I mean, you have to stand out in the crowd in order to get the part.
Right.
When I auditioned for Pirates, I actually went in my first audition with one white contact lens, so I looked like this half blind guy, homeless, messed up, skinny crackhead.
Nice.
And I got the part after 5 auditions later. But when I came in the second time with a normal eye, they're like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Nothing. I just was trying to stand out," and it worked. So. Right. Bravo.
Nice. So, and you've been in the industry since you were like 5, right?
Yeah.
What did you start doing when you were 5? You wrote didn't you write a song or something called like "Mommy"?
I did. I released a 45 LP. Remember those things? They were black. They were about this small. You played them on a thing called a record player.
A what now?
It's a record player. They were made of vinyl. They spun around.
I know both those words individually, but not together.
Right. Well, they used to listen to music on them. It's kind of cavemanish, but I did that. Signed with NEC Records when I was 7 years old, and the record sold, and it was great. It was on the radio. Not like this, but it was on the radio back then. This is the 80s.
Very cool.
I got to listen to myself and my 2 songs. It was an LP single on the radio while I was sitting next to my sister as she was dying in a hospital bed from pneumonia.
Ouch.
So, wow.
Yeah,
Sorry to hear that, sir.
It was, I'll forever remember it. Even when I'm 80 and can't remember things, I'll remember that.
You'll remember that record. Wow.
Can you do a bit of it for us right now?
I love my mommy. That's all I remember.
Okay.
I'm 35 now.
And you know what?
I'm 35 and he already forgot.
Yeah.
That's more than
It's the water.
Oh.
Yeah,
so tell us what you're up to now, man.
Well, I've been auditioning for quite a bit of things, and I am working on 2 films. I can't go into too much detail about the films because I did sign that confidentiality contract.
Oh, yes.
However, one of the films I am playing a soldier in Iraq, part of a black ops group, so I get to go through the training. And I'm from Jersey in the film, so I got to practice. You know that accent, get back to the car, that type of stuff. Got to be that kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
So kind of excited about that. And then also, I'm producing a new show, which I'm really, really excited about. It's probably the best thing that's ever happened in my life. And the good part is I'm actually partnered up with a very good friend of mine. I've known him for years. His name is Jay Vella. He is also the main host in the show. You'll see him every Monday on the show called the Reptile Zoo. Jay, tell everybody what it's about.
Oh, basically, I have a unique business. It's called Prehistoric Pets in Fountain Valley, and we do a lot of hands-on with reptiles. We breed snakes. We do birthday parties. Sometimes we even end up on TV.
Can you tell us
everything?
Can you tell us what breeding a snake entails, or I mean, all right,
keep it G-rated. Though.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I think I keep it G-rated. But some
Disney.
snakes are different than others. But basically, you have to cool the cage down and let them think that it's winter time, and
So
put the male in, and then after you breed them, actually they'll breed, and a few months later they'll actually lay the eggs. I do a lot of pythons. I mean, pythons lay eggs. Boas are live born. And so basically the boas, you breed them, and then about 6 to 9 months later, depending on the breed, they lift their tail up and there's baby boas all over the cage. And then in the pythons, it's a little bit more complicated, but actually I prefer that. And they actually they lay the eggs, and you actually remove the eggs. If you watch one of our episodes, the very first one,
Episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1, I pull 63 eggs from a great big female, and big snakes don't like you taking their snake babies.
Right. and keep in mind, I filmed this show. We decided not to use a camera crew because we wanted it to be reality. And most reality shows are scripted. And this show is not scripted in any way, shape, or form. What you see is what you get, and what happens. I mean, you can't say, all right, back to one snake, and on action you're going to bite him in the groin area.
Right.
It just doesn't happen.
Right.
So I'm filming this stuff, and I'm filming this guy with a 20-foot snake taking eggs away from it, and it's striking at him. He's using a lid of a Tupperware dish as a shield, like a night normal.
You're not kidding. It's really funny.
It's unreal.
It looks like I'm either the dumbest guy in the world or the snake whisperer.
Yeah.
We won't tell you which one I really am. We'll let you decide.
So it's much less scripted than most reality
It's
shows.
not scripted at all.
Each snake does get a rose at the end of the episode. But.
We try. None of them get the Bachelor, but yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's kind it's some pretty exciting stuff that happens there with a business when you got 15, 18 employees going on. You got parties out of town, and you got parties in the store, and you got snakes laying eggs, and you got animals, crapping all over the place.
Oh, boy.
It's interesting.
What made you guys decide, we want to start a reptile zoo, of all things?
Well, he started the Reptile Zoo, but what had happened is I had been a customer of his. He and I have been friends, and we breed monitors. I'm a lizard guy. I don't do snakes for obvious reasons. I love lizards. I have lizards that are bigger than you.
Really?
And
I'm
he
not
has
that
lizards that are bigger than him. So
That's a big lizard.
Yeah, it's basically when people tell you dinosaurs are extinct, they are so full of it because they are not. We own the ancestors. We have dinosaurs living at our house. And they're better than watchdogs. I have big friends. They come over, they're talking about, I just beat this guy up, I just shot that guy. And then they come to my house, they see this lizard like, oh my God! I had no idea. I can't mess with that. It's like it shows the true element of the being when they come in and meet with these creatures.
Yeah.
But I had talked to him and I said, I want to help you market this place. I think it's awesome. I think what he does for the reptile and animal community is better than most people do because I've been into some really bad reptile stores or just pet shops in general.
Bad? How so?
They bad keeping. I mean, animals are dead in the cages. There's poop all over the place. It smells bad. There's disease. You really got to be careful walking into a couple of these places.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I'll shoot a commercial for you for free. And after shooting the commercial, I'm like, you know what? You have got a self-working reality show. Because you don't have to have a writer writing a script.
Right.
You don't have to have a big camera crew all the time because I'm there once, back then it was once a month, and every time I was there, something out of the box thing happened.
Yeah.
Nah, never. Everything's normal at mine. It's just smooth. It's smooth sailing there.
Yeah. But there's nothing like this on TV. Most things on TV are scripted, and this is not. This is real. What you see is what you get, and it's incredible.
Have you guys ever been bitten or stung or anything and thought, this is it?
I have. I've been
episode 2.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
This guy's been bitten and stung by everything under the sun.
Really?
I mean, why don't you show him all your scars?
Okay.
Jay?
Oh, boy.
Actually, he
funny.
can't pull his pants down. So show him the other one.
One sleeve.
Funny enough, as I was, I don't know if anybody saw the show the other night on the Tonight Show, but anyway, Nigel was handling a Burmese python. Well, they were